to the orchestra. I would really love to hear some grand music in a beautiful hall and just have it surround us. Doesn't that sound fun to you? Oh, hello boys and girls. How are you today? Thanks for popping into our magic lamp. Cosette and I were just talking about something we could do together this weekend, and I was suggesting that we go listen to the orchestra. Have you ever been to hear music performed live before? Especially in one of those big, grand old halls where it just surrounds and goes up to these ceilings that are so massive, it feels like you could touch the sky. It's a really wonderful and moving experience if you've never done it. Something you should definitely look into. Music has a way of speaking to us in a way that just talking doesn't, I find. I don't know if you find that true too, but maybe you could think about it. Maybe you could listen to some music and see how it makes you feel. Anyways, I'm rambling about music again because Cosette has picked out a story for us that has a lot of music in it. And yes, that's right, Cosette, it features some cool creatures too, doesn't it? I think there's some cats in there. Yes, I do. Anyways, are you ready to go and read another story with Cosette and I now? All right, we know what to do, don't we? I hope you know what to do. We're going to rub our hands together and say the magic words. Here we go. I wish to go on an enchanted journey, and away we go! Welcome, boys and girls, to another of Cosette's Enchanted Journeys story times. Today I have for you a rather special story by the author Dan Brown, and it's called Wild Symphony. I hope that you enjoy it. Maestro Mouse. I'm Maestro Mouse, I'll be your guide, so come along on my wild ride. You'll meet my friends, they're smart and fun. I think you'll love them, every one. They live in jungles, ponds, and trees, out in fields and under seas. Each one teaches something new, a secret lesson just for you. My friends and I, we have a plan. Try to guess it if you can. Listen well and use your eyes. I think you'll love our big surprise. I'll hide some clues along the way, a hidden game. Come on, let's play. Wood bird welcome. As the sunrise starts to glow, woodland birds all say hello. Honking, hooting, chirping, peeping, squawking, tweeting, cooing, cheeping. It's so noisy, all those birds. A jumbled rush of birdly words. But if you pause for not so long, you'll hear each bird's own special song. Bouncing kangaroo. Kanga, kanga, kangaroo, teach me how to bounce like you. Bouncing high, bouncing low, bouncing everywhere you go. Bounce to run, ka-boing, ka-boing. Bounce for fun, ka-foing, ka-foing. Bounce and eat, ka-choo, ka-choo. Bounce asleep, ka-snooze, ka-snooze. When you shake your kanga tail and bounce along the kanga trail, I wish I bounced like you. I want to be a kanga too. Clumsy kittens. Jumping here, landing there, tabletop to kitchen chair, tree to fence to porch to roof, floor to couch to stool to oof. Even though they sometimes fall, they don't seem to mind at all, always landing on their feet, never crying in defeat. When life trips them up a bit, cats just make the best of it. The ray. Hammerhead and moray eel loudly tell you how they feel, but the fish just stare and sigh when the ray goes gliding by. Strong and graceful, silent too. Could the ray be just like you? Happy hippo. The hippo loves a muddy pond with clumps of weeds to nibble on. He's happy just to float and munch. He's got his home, he's got his lunch. He doesn't wish he had the sky. Life's too short to moan and cry. He just wants to splash and sing. Life is such a simple thing. Frogs in a bog. Croakers, peepers, happy frogs sing together in the bogs. Big ones, small ones, fat ones too. Green and brown and even blue. No one's right and no one's wrong. Everyone just sings along. Anxious ostrich. When she's stressed or feeling hurt, she sticks her head down in the dirt. Here she finds a peaceful space and doesn't feel so out of place. But soon her hiding trick must end, to eat her lunch or see a friend. And once she spent some time away, she feels recharged to face the day. The armadillo's shell. An armadillo is really smart. He's got a shell. He's got a heart. He's got his shell when days are bad, to keep out things that make him sad. But when his days are really good, he opens up just like he should. He's not afraid to show his heart. That's the way that friendship starts. Dancing Boar. I was in the jungle once and heard some gruffly grunty grunts. I crept in closer to explore and saw a pack of frightful boar. Their snarly, sniffly snouts were scary, curving tusks all sharp and hairy. Then I saw, to my surprise, the boar were chasing butterflies. They spun, they twirled, they danced about, having fun without a doubt. Their faces looked so fierce and mean. I guess some things aren't what they seem. Impatient ponies. Love to gallop, never trot, hate to stay in just one spot. Running circles, life's a race. Got to set a faster pace. Looking forward, never down, missing clovers on the ground. As tomorrow comes your way, don't forget to live today. Wondrous whale. The biggest creature of them all isn't hairy, mean, or tall. He's sleek and kind and soft and blue, long and smooth and gentle too. 100 feet from mouth to tail. Yes, you guessed, a big blue whale. A whale can do a wondrous thing. Underwater, he can sing. It's how he talks to other whales and shares with them his whaley tales. His voice can echo through the sea, 200 miles and sometimes 3. So if you ever take a swim and dare to stick your head way in, you might just hear a distant song, a whale who hopes you'll sing along. Cheetah chase. You can't see her creeping low, inching forward slow, slow, slow. Even when you squint and stare, you see nothing. Nothing's there. Then whoosh, a flash of yellow fur, a streaking blaze, a cheetah blur. In a heartbeat, she can shift from super slow to super swift. But when a cheetah runs so fast, her cheetah speed will never last. And so she stops to breathe and rest. A boba tree for naps is best. She gives a yawn and then a snore. And then a poosh, she runs some more. Eager elephant. Ta-ta-da, ta-ta-dee, practice singing just like me. Yes, it's hard, but she won't quit. Soon she'll get the hang of it. Mama teaches, baby learns, brother giggles in the ferns. Then at last she gets it right. Ta-ta-da. They all dance all night. Rat attack. You run and hide when rats are near. Dash away and shake in fear. But if you stop and think a bit, you'll see it should be opposite. You're bigger, louder, smarter too. The rat should run away, not you. Busy beetles. Busy beetles, digging with their little feetles, working slowly as a turtle, building homes in a garden dirtle. But the beetles, bit by bittle, keep on going, never quittle. When at last their work is done, then it's time to have some fun. Spider on a web. In the woods, you stop and shriek. There's something sticky on your cheek. A spider's web you almost broke. Blech! Oh, yuck! You gasp and choke. But as you start to run away, there's something here that makes you stay. Diamonds somehow caught in flight, hanging in the bright moonlight. A shining net of silver gray. Who thought you'd see a web that way? A masterpiece some spider spun. Now aren't you glad you didn't run? Brilliant bat. Even though a bat can't see, he never flies into a tree. He never smacks into your house. He's more than just a flying mouse. He has no sight, but has no fears, because he knows how well he hears. He doesn't really need to see. He's learned to listen carefully. In the mist, I see a swan. By herself, her friends are gone. She must be sad, they're all alone, padding softly on her own. But then I see she's got a smile. She wants to be alone a while. Time to think and time to rest. She likes this special time the best. Cricket lullaby. There are times when we just look, like when we read a picture book. But if we use our ears to spy, there's more to life than meets the eye. At night a field looks dark and bare. Our eyes are certain nothing's there. But ears hear things that eyes can pass. Our ears hear crickets in the grass. So what did you think of Wild Symphony? Did you know that Dan Brown also composed a score to go with this? Isn't that neat? Have you ever heard of Peter and the Wolf? That's another story where animals represent different types of instruments and the sounds that they make. And it's a story told with music, a lot like Wild Symphony. So if you enjoyed this, maybe you can ask a parent or a guardian to help you look up Peter and the Wolf. And you can also look up the music that goes with this story with the help of a parent or a guardian. So, since we learned about different representation of sound and instruments that these animals make and represented throughout the story, maybe we'll look at some nature pictures or a video and try and accompany some of the same sounds that we heard here and musical instruments with those. Does that sound interesting to you? Sounds kind of fun to me. Might be worth a try. And then maybe it'll get your imagination going and you can look around in nature and imagine different instruments. Like when you see the grass blow, maybe you'll think of some of these woodwind instruments or a flute. I don't know. Let's just see where our imagination takes us, shall we? You ready to go and try it with me now? Okay, let's go. In the book Wild Symphony, Dan Brown used wood birds to represent the flute. So here I have a yellow cardinal and a flute. As you can see by the bounce of this kangaroo, he beats in time with the timpani, which is this instrument, the set of drums that you see here. I'm sure you know how much I love cats, as this is Cosette's Enchanted Journeys with my crafty cat Cosette. But here we have one who's walking along gracefully, like playing notes on a piano. As this stingray is swimming along, his fins are coming up into the point, just like a triangle. And here we have a hippopotamus. And what sound do they maybe kind of represent? How about a cello, like this? This red-eyed tree frog is represented by the sound of a clarinet. This ostrich is strutting around to the deep sound of a bassoon. And here we have an armadillo represented by a Spanish instrument called a güiro. And here some wild boars are represented by the sound of tuba. The stamping of the horse's hooves kind of seem like tapping on a tambourine, don't they? When you see this giant humpback whale splash against the water, does that remind you of a cymbal cracking? It does for me. This cheetah running as fast as someone is playing the upright bass. And what better instrument to represent an elephant with than a trombone? Their noses kind of look like trombones, don't they, when they curl them up? And how about these maraca rats? Ooh, I don't usually like rats, but these ones are kind of cute. Can you just picture these Colorado potato beetles playing the marimba? The way that this garden spider is working on its web sort of looks like it's plucking the long cords of a harp, doesn't it? These gray-headed flying fox bats look an awful like bells hanging, don't they? The shape of these gracefully swimming swans looks a lot like this French horn. The way that this cricket is rubbing its wings together sort of reminds me of the sound of a violin. Do you hear it? I hope that you enjoyed all of these wonderful animals with me and the beautiful instruments. But it's time to say goodbye. Ready to head back to the magic lamp? All right, let's go. Welcome back to the Magic Lamp, boys and girls. Did you enjoy Wild Symphony today? And how about that closer look at some of the instruments that were featured in the story and some of the animals that the author and illustrator Dan Brown assigned to those instruments? I hope you enjoyed kind of discovering that and picturing the animals making those beautiful noises from those instruments as much as I did. It was a lot of fun for me to kind of dive into more, and it got me thinking, about my dog and my cat, and if they were instruments, what kind of instruments would they be? Or how about me? Or you? If you were an instrument, what kind of instrument would you be? It's a fun thing to think about, isn't it, Cosette? That's something I'm going to think about. If you feel like sharing with me, you know how to reach me. You can send me an email or write to me at the end of the show. But we're out of time for today. So if I don't hear from you, I hope you'll pop back into this lamp and visit Cosette and I again really soon. Until you do, we both say take great care of yourselves, and we'll see you again later. Bye-bye.